Hello, this is McD the Beast, McD Sports 4, coming to you today to tell you why I am against the 12-team playoff that is being proposed to expand the college football playoffs. Before I continue, hit the thumbs up, please subscribe. Great appreciate it if you do that. We are starting college football predictions next Monday. I'm going to have a video out on that tomorrow, how we're going to do that. But if you haven't heard, the news came out today. Most likely, the college football playoffs is going to expand from 4 teams to 12 teams, most likely starting in 2023. I'm against this. Now, granted, I'll admit there's definitely some pros to this, but I'm going to make an argument here. First of all, I'm against buys. And the way they're doing their buys when it comes to this format is 6 automatic conference champions. So let's say, for example, the top 3 teams are from different conferences. Let's say one team's an SEC team, one team's a Big Ten team, and let's say another team's an ACC team. Let's say that 4th team is a Big 12 team, but they're ranked number 8. They get a bye over number 4, 5, 6, and 7, who didn't win their conference championships, but they're ranked higher. I have a problem with that. I really do. There's going to be a lot of years with this format that you're not going to see, and they're going to be ranked 1 through 4. You're not going to see the top 4 teams get ranked 1 through 4 and have a bye. You're going to see a lot of years with this format that they're going to be starting up with not have that. That's point number 1. Point number 2 involving that. Let's say, I don't know, Clemson, they come in 12-0, 11-1 or whatever into the ACC championship game, and I don't know, 8-4 Pitt makes the championship game. The Coastal's down again, even though I don't think the Coastal's going to be down this year. You're telling me, let's say Pitt wins that game. You're telling me 9-4 Pitt gets in the playoffs? I have a problem with that. I also have a problem with teams with more than 2 losses getting in the playoffs. And with a 12-team playoff, you're going to have a few 9-3 teams in there. I have an issue with that as well. I don't think 9-3 means you should be in the playoffs. I just don't. And unfortunately, that you're going to get that with this format. Also, there are a few things I like about this format. The first round is a home game for the 5, 6, 7th, and 8th seeds. I do like that part. But I don't like that there's buys. I don't like that it's just the first round that's home seeds. You're telling me 1 through 4 instead of getting, they should get a home game as well, not just a bye. Also, I think this leads to a lot of false hope. You look around the country this year. How many national championship contenders are there in the country? I'll go through them for you. Georgia in the SEC, Georgia, Alabama, I'll give you A&M. That's 3. You go ahead, you look at the ACC, Clemson, 4. Look at the Big Ten, Ohio State, 5. You go look at the Big 12, Oklahoma, 6. There are 6 national championship contenders this year, in my opinion. I'll tell you right now, I think one of those 6 teams wins the national championship, more likely or not. You can make an argument for Iowa State. I'll even give you Iowa State, 7. I don't think there's a top 10 team in the Pac-12. That's the Pac-12's fault. That is not my fault. That's why they should not be automatic bids. The one thing I do like about the automatic bids, though, however, for this format is that's the top 6 ranked conference champions. So there's some years it might be 2 group of 5 teams that are conference champions that get a spot in this new format. But overall, I kind of don't like it. I think there's a lot of false hope. You want to know who really likes this format? The Iowa fans. The Iowa fans that schedule Iowa State, because Iowa State's not usually like it's an in-state rivalry. You know, all of a sudden now Iowa State is good, so Iowa finally has competition on the non-conference schedule. And they go ahead, they schedule a 2-week soft non-conference games outside of Iowa State. They play in the Big Ten West. They go 8-4, 9-3 every year. Some years they're going to squeak in number 11, number 12. It's just false hope for them because they're going to lose in the first round every year. You look at a team like Michigan, it's false hope for them because they're going to lose in the first round every year if they make it. It's false hope for the Pac-12, in my opinion, because I think, and I hate pooping on the Pac-12 personally, but let's be real. There's no top 10 team in the Pac-12 going into this season. You could make an argument that Oregon might finish up in the top 10. They're not a top 10 team, guys. Come on. They have false hope because they'll lose in the first round. Any group of 5 team, they will have false hope because they'll lose in the first round. All this does is, and here's the argument that people are making. Once out of every 20 years or so, the number 10 seed will win the whole thing. That's really the only argument. Basically, I'm not for the 12-team playoff. I'm personally for the 8-team playoff. If you tell me we expand it to 4 to 8, I'll take that. Just line up the 8 top teams, 1 through 8, no automatic bids, and play ball. That's what I like. I've seen a few other formats get pushed around. Some people are saying 16. That's way too much. At that point, 7 and 5 might make the playoffs. At that point, or 8 or 5, if you're a group of 5 team, or if you lost your, if somehow you got in your championship game at 8 and 4. But I am not for the 12-team playoff. I think it's, and I do think it. I do agree with the argument. I do agree with some of the arguments, I'll say, but at the end of the day, it leads to false hope. And by the way, really, I think the number's 2 or 3, if I'm not mistaken. Games. It's a very low number since the inauguration season of the college football playoffs in 2014. Has there been one possession games? A lot of the games have been blowouts in the semifinals. So you're just going to see more blowouts. And people will be like, oh, the regular season is more important. I do agree that it makes the regular season more important. But what, you're going to see number 5, I don't know, Georgia versus number 12, Iowa. You're going to see Georgia blow out Iowa 42-10. I mean, that's basically what's going to happen every time. So I'm not for this 12-team playoff and for the 8-team playoff. I think 16 is too much. I think anything over 8 is really too much. I was really only named 6 national championship contenders. You could make the argument for 7 of Iowa State. You could make the argument for 8 for Cincinnati, but the way the format is now, Cincinnati's going to have to go undefeated, and a few bounces have to go their way for them to get into the playoffs. So I'm for 8 personally. I think 8's a perfect number. In any normal season, 8 would be at the max. I think would be 8 national championship contenders, in my opinion. Also, a few other formats I'm seeing. The 10-team playoff, I don't like that. That's basically every. I think every conference. You force everybody into a conference, and every conference gets an automatic bid. I think is that how that goes. Once again, what if 8-4 Pitt beats 11-1 Clemson? I mean, what, you're going to have 9-4 Pitt representing the ACC? Yeah, that doesn't work like that. I've seen the 17 playoff, the 16 playoff. I was kind of for the 16 playoff originally, but I'm not for buys. I don't think it's fair for a team to get a bye in the playoffs. I think you just should play your games. I say the same thing about the NFL as well. The NFL should either do a 4-team for each conference or an 8-team for each conference. But I've seen the 7, which means the first seed gets the bye. Look, guys, 2019, Ohio State was the number 1 seed going into the college football playoffs. I disagreed with that. I said LSU should be. So there's disagreements there too. See the 14, the 16. Some people say the 18. Some people say the 24, which is absolutely ridiculous at that point. I think you should just expand it to 8. Or keep it at 4, in my opinion. If you expand it, get it to 8, no more than that. Because at the end of the day, I want to see national championship contenders in the playoffs. I don't want to see teams like Iowa. And I'm not pooping on Iowa, but you're just the one example that when I thought about a team that's just going to get there every few years or so and lose in the first round, the first team that came to my mind was Iowa. You're just going to show up and lose and get blown out. So 8-team playoff, that's what we want. Not a 12-team playoff. Fortunately, looks like it's going to a 12-team playoff. And we'll just go from there. I mean, nothing's going to change on this channel. We'll still cover it, obviously. But, I mean, I don't think it's the best thing. I really don't. I think you're going to get some bad quality football, a lot of blowouts in the first round of the playoffs. Thanks for watching. Big D the Beast signing off.